Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave Media. Computers, teacher certification, and furniture got top billing at Tuesday's Inyo County Office of Education Board of Directors meeting. Now, with the distribution of new Chromebooks in the next 2 weeks, every Inyo County student will have their own computer. The program started 4 years ago with age-appropriate devices for the early grades and will wind up with Dell Chromebooks for high school students. Home Street Middle School students will also be getting the Chromebooks as well, with their 1-year-old 401 Acer laptops distributed to other county schools to serve as backups. Now, to prepare for a fully computerized student body, the Office of Education expanded, rewired, or redid the connective infrastructure at school campuses from Bishop to Lone Pine. The project carried a $150,000 price tag, according to Inyo County Superintendent of Schools Terry McAteer. Now, 50 county teachers will be heading to a 3-day CUE Rockstar Conference to prepare for the new age of computerized student bodies. Now, next year, said McAteer, Rockstar will be coming to Mammoth, and that will cut down on travel costs for county participation. Now, the Office of Education will be allocating $500,000 for schools to refurnish classrooms, replacing the traditional student writing desks with furnishings more appropriate for computer-equipped students. Classrooms need to have more mobile workspaces, McAteer told his board. This is not a top-down process, he said, explaining that the districts will make the choices with his office reviewing the purchases and then reimbursing the schools. Now, the funding will come from 2 projects that have been held up and not completable during this school year: the Lone Pine Science Center and the Bishop Union High School Library conversion to a technical center. Now, both projects will be completed, McAteer said, just not this fiscal year. The National University Teacher Credentialing Program starts September 3rd with 18 potential teachers enrolled, 12 of whom are local to Inyo County. McAteer said, quote, "That's about the same number of teacher openings we have each year," end quote. McAteer, Inyo, and Mono County educators and administrators will be teaching specific sections of the course. Now, the weekly classes rotate between Saracosa Community College campuses in Bishop and Mammoth. Grow your own teachers is an answer to the tough job of recruiting teachers to the Eastern Sierra in a highly competitive marketplace. We thank Deb Murphy for that story. Well, the Walker Fire at latest report was mapped at 3,715 acres, 35% contained as of Wednesday morning. Total containment is still expected on Sunday. The cause of the human-caused fire is still under investigation. The Walker Fire is burning about 2 miles southeast of Lee Vining. Started last Friday. As we mentioned, closed Tioga Pass Road for a couple of days, but that main artery to Yosemite National Park did reopen on Monday. However, no stopping along the road is allowed. Nearly 500 firefighters are still assigned to the blaze. Now, law enforcement personnel escorted displaced campers back to their campsites Tuesday and today to retrieve belongings left behind when they had to quickly flee the flames. Now, you can see the Mono County Sheriff's Facebook page and the InsaWeb website for updated information on the Walker Fire. Also, the Mono County Sheriff's Department has passed along information on 2 incidents at the Walker Fire. Now, on Monday, approximately 4:30 p.m., Mono County Sheriff's Office deputies assigned to the Walker Fire incident responded to the Incident Command Post in Lee Vining. Now, this was regarding 2 suspicious males claiming to be media representatives wanting to cover the fire. The press release states that Aaron Brown, age 44, of Meadow Vista, California, and Peyton Ware, age 33, of Elk Grove, California, presented media credentials that aroused the suspicions of the incident management staff at the Walker Fire ICP. Brown and Ware were dressed in new firefighter-type gear with a Wildland firefighter hat that was on, but it had no designation of any identifying geographical area or crew name. Brown was driving a white pickup truck full of fire and camping gear, including line lunches from several other fires. Now, due to the suspicious media credentials, it was believed that Brown and Ware were trying to gain access to the fire ground. Press release states that people try to gain access to fire grounds for reasons such as to steal equipment and supplies or to attempt to contact California Department of Corrections inmate fire crews to smuggle contraband or weapons to the inmates. A check was conducted on both Brown and Ware to verify their credentials, and their credentials were in fact falsified, and both men had no media affiliation. Brown was also verified as a convicted felon. Brown and Ware were detained on scene, and their vehicle was searched. A hard case belonging to Brown was found containing a canister of pepper spray. Ware was released at the scene. Brown was arrested for being a felon in possession of pepper spray, transported to the Mono County Jail in Bridgeport without incident. And also from the Mono County Sheriff's Office, Tuesday at approximately 12:45, Mono County Sheriff's Office deputies assigned to that Walker fire, they responded to the Sawmill Campground on Highway 120 for a report of stolen campsite property. Now, campers in the Sawmill Campground observed a transient hiker in their space. A locked bear box was broken into and camping supplies were missing. The campers detained the transient hiker and contacted law enforcement for assistance. Now, the Mono County Sheriff's Office, along with the CHP, responded to the campsite. Mono County Sheriff's deputies hiked to the transient hiker's campsite, and with his consent, they searched the site and located the stolen camping supplies. All property was returned to the campers. The campers did not want to prosecute, and the transient hiker was released at the scene. Now, this incident, the Mono County Sheriff's Office notes, serves as a reminder to be aware during the fire incident of looters. If you see any suspicious people or circumstances, you are asked to contact the Mono County Sheriff's Office, 760-932-7549, extension 7, and report the incident. Well, school is starting Thursday for many students in the Eastern Sierra, and Mammoth Elementary School had a ribbon-cutting ceremony for its new parking lot and walking and biking trails. Sierra Wave Media's Rob Gill was there.
This afternoon, we had a large group of people out here to celebrate the ribbon cutting of the newly rebuilt and redesigned Mammoth Elementary School parking lot.
It's not a parking lot until I cut the ribbon.
The ribbon was cut by Jack Farrell, our Mammoth Unified School District Board Clerk. The main goal of this project was safety for students. There was a lot of concern for many, many years because we didn't have clearly defined areas for drop-off and bus loading, and students would walk between cars, kids would come down, be walking right next to cars as they're coming into school, and over the years there have been several concerns raised. This parking lot has safe access from the town trails. We have newly concreted raised bicycle and pedestrian paths. If you remember it previously, the kids would walk right next to the cars coming down into school, and we now have those on both sides of our parking lot. We now have 2 lanes into the parking lot and 2 lanes exiting the parking lot. The slope into the parking lot has been dramatically reduced, and we have very extended drop-off area for parents dropping their students off, and also separate bus unloading and bus loading area. So those are some of the key things that have been redone in this parking lot. Well, for one thing, our students are now going to be able to come to school safely, whether they are dropped off by a parent, whether they ride a bicycle or walk, and we like to see them doing that, or whether they're riding the bus. And if children cannot get to school safely, they're not going to learn. So we think this is going to have a very positive effect on our students.
All right, nice little celebration today at Mammoth Elementary School. Let's everybody drive safely. Kids, go to class. Learn something. Be somebody. We'll be back with more news.